Hey guys, I'm Orange Samurai D and I play a lot of One Piece card game. To a lot of us, you might already be experienced with playing TCGs. However, there might be a few that never have, it's their first time. So I want to talk to you guys and tell you a few things that you should do and shouldn't do when you first attend a TCG event. So let's go over it. Okay, so I felt the best way to convey this information is to go through the slides and read every bullet point, so let's do this. TCG event tips, things to do and not to do when participating at TCG events. General Part 1. Go to the bathroom before going. Especially if you're not comfortable with public bathrooms, aren't late to a match because of it. So what happens is, some people are not comfortable with using public restrooms because of whatever social anxiety, or also they might feel the facilities are not clean enough, who knows. And also the fact that if you decide to go between rounds, it might take a little bit of time to get business done and you might be late to your match and you don't want to get a game lost. Especially now because we don't quite know yet if One Piece card game is going to have a best of 1 or a best of 3. At least in Japan it's a best of 1, but it might change in the West. So eat before you go or bring snacks. Some events take several hours, best not to play on an empty stomach. That is very true. When you are hungry, you don't think the most optimal way, so it's best to have like some chips, some crackers, your lunch. Bring some food to the event so that way you don't go hungry and you're not like as you're playing. Bring money. Money could be for anything: gas money, purchases, food. Make sure to have some. And it's always important to have money because you never know what could happen. Maybe a sleeve breaks, you need to buy sleeves. You want to buy food. Somebody offer you a ride at the for gas money. So it's always good to have some kind of cash or alternative payment method. Good to be prepared. Make sure you have transportation plans. Always plan out how you'll make it to the event and how you get home. This is another thing. Some people just get dropped off and then just figure it out as they go. That's not the smartest thing to do, because what if there isn't enough people that are willing to take you home? What if people don't want to be kind enough to offer you a ride? You don't want to depend on public transportation. You don't want to get an Uber. So always make sure that you have a way in and a way out. Don't rely on things working out at the end. General Part 2. Arrive on a timely manner. Come in a little early if you can in order to get yourself situated and not be rushed to start. So a lot of people, what they like to do is come in at the pinch as tournament is starting, and that's not good because you're frantically trying to get in, you're getting your stuff ready, you're unpacking. You don't want to be in that rush. Just get to the event 30-50 minutes earlier at least. Talk to your friends, get your sleeves done, write your deck list, whatever you gotta do, that way you're not rushed. Have a deck list pre-written if needed. So not every event is gonna require this, but like the major ones are going to require you to have a sheet deck list where you write every card, what set they're from, the amount, you put on your info, your name, address, phone number, your player ID, your band ID I suppose. So it's good to have it pre-written, or at least be fast enough to write it on the spot. And then check your stuff before going and before leaving. Make sure to not leave anything at home or at the shop, especially at the shop, because you may not get it back. So basically, when you're going to the event, do a mental checklist or write it down. I need my deck, I need my playmat, I need my sleeves, my binder, my backpack, my equipment, my money, my food. I need all my car keys, my house keys. You need all of that, right? And then when you're leaving out of the event to go home, do the same thing, because it is a lot easier to get stuff back from your home than it is from the event, because it is full with multiple strangers. You don't know them, they're not all your friends, and you might not get it back, so don't leave it up to chance. Health. Shower, brush your teeth, use deodorant, wear clean clothes. Personal hygiene is a must. Don't be that guy nobody wants to be around with. Events are now penalizing players if they don't practice personal hygiene. And that is a very unfortunate reality right now, that there are some players that don't practice personal hygiene and they're completely unapproachable. People don't want to be around them, they don't want to play with them. And now tournament organizers are actually issuing game losses or even banning them because they're not resolving their problem. So you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to get a game loss because you smell. You don't want to be, the one guy to make fun of because you're stinky. Don't be that person. Just, get yourself ready before you go to the event. Take care of yourself, and then go have fun. Don't attend if you're sick. Self-explanatory. You don't want to pass what you have to others. Take the day off, come back next time. Yes, so you don't want to be that guy that's like... Especially because you're sneezing and coughing into cards, handshaking possibly, and even grabbing other people's stuff. Binders, cards, sleeves, deck boxes. Don't be that guy. Just stay home, get some rest, come back next time. Especially if it's not a big event, if it's a local as weekly, you're not gonna miss out on anything. Please, stay home. Safety part 1. Let someone know where you're at, especially if underage. Tell someone you'll be there so they know where you're at. So what happens is that we have a lot of young people in this community. So it's always good for the young ones to let the parents, the friends, a relative know, hey, I'm going to this card shop. I'm gonna be there from this time to this time. Because if they go on their own and something happens to them and no one knows where they're at, there's no way to have a communication and try and find them. Do not leave food or drinks unattended. This is like a general thing because it can apply to anything, even at a bar or club. People can be bad. They can put stuff on food and drinks or mess with them or like soil them in some manner. And going to a trading card event, unfortunately, is no different. So always keep an eye on your drinks and your food to make sure nothing happens to it. Don't take rides from strangers. If you don't personally know someone, don't take rides from them. And also, this goes back to stranger danger. If you don't know that person, don't get in their car. Always watch your belongings. Do not leave them unattended. Stores are a public place and not everyone there is someone you know and have confidence with. So here's the thing. I know a lot of people, they think you can, leave their stuff around and nothing will happen to them. That's in a perfect world, unfortunately. We live in the real world and there's gonna be some scummy people. That's the sad truth. So it's best to just, again, keep an eye on your belongings. Don't lose your cards, don't lose your money, don't lose your belongings. Safety part 2. Hold on to your belongings when possible. And this is kind of like a deviation of the first part because what this means is, for example, if you have a backpack, don't leave it hanging on the back of the chair or on the floor. Instead, place it in your lap. So like you're gonna clutch it, have it in your front so that way nobody can snatch it. Or put a strap under the chair leg so it can't be yanked out. So you can put it on your side on the ground. Just make sure to put one of the straps under the leg so that way no one can run up and snatch it. Do not loan stuff or money to strangers. Do not give anything to anyone you don't know on a personal level unless you are accepting the fact you'll never get it back. And this is also a thing. People are going to ask you for, 5, 10, 20 bucks for whatever reason, gas money, need this, need that. If you don't know those people, don't loan it to them and expect to get it back. If you want to be charitable and give it away, that's another thing. Do not expect strangers' store to watch stuff. Stores are not your babysitters. You are responsible for your belongings. When possible, try to always take everything with you unless you're with a buddy who can watch your stuff for you. So like say, you're in the event, you're at a table, and you want to go to the restroom. Don't always leave your stuff unless you have somebody you can trust to watch your stuff. If you have to go to the bathroom or go to another part of the building, take your stuff with you. Do not leave it there because you don't know what can happen. It will unlikely, it might get taken away, so better not risk it. Trading. Know your values. When in doubt, ask for a second or third opinion and refer to eBay, sold items, or TCG Player, or ask on the One Piece Card Game Discord. So here, it's you don't want to get ripped off. You want to be up to date with the values, and if you don't have the luxury of time to be up to date with values, you can always ask a friend, ask someone else, somebody impartial about it, or just immediately go on eBay and get like a quick reference, or just hop in the Discord. I'll give you the link on the description and ask there, hey, what's the value on Sanji? So on. Commit to trades. Be absolutely sure you want this trade. Don't ask for takebacks after you shook on it. So once you do a trade and you shake hands with someone, make sure this is permanent. Don't ask for it to be taken back because if you do that, people will start knowing you as the one guy that has like regrets and will not want to trade with you because they'll think you want your stuff back. And inspect what you're trading. Always inspect the cards to make sure they are in condition you're looking for. So a lot of cards are going to be in sleeves, and when you're trading, You want to see how the card looks. So always make sure you see the full card, back and forth, the sides, the riches, the frame. Make sure everything looks in the condition you're being sold on. Because you could, for example, buy or trade for a card, and then you get it, and you unsleeve it, and the back is demolished. And you don't want that to happen, right? So always look at both sides, make sure it's what you want. Think of the children. If you see an adult trying to rip off a kid or anyone in general, speak up. See something, say something. We would rather keep the person who wants to learn and play the game over the scummy one who's trying to rip people off. And this is very true. Especially in this community, we're just starting to get made. We want to keep around the people that want to learn, have fun, and hang out and be cool with each other. We would rather 1,000 times have someone that is completely clueless but willing to learn than someone who's here to steal from people, to rip people off, to be a negative influence in the community. So by all means, if you see something, tell them, interrupt the trade, kindly inform them that this deal that's going on is not particularly fair. Inform that to the person so they know. Help them make that decision. If they want to go through with it, because I don't care, that's on them, but at least you gave them that information. Etiquette Part 1. Do not touch others' belongings without consent. Always be polite and ask, don't just grab stuff. So you're walking around tournament, you see a binder, don't just immediately grab it. Ask the owner if you can take a look at it. Don't take cards out of the binder. Ask him if they can take it out for you if you want to see a closer look at the card. Always ask for the consent of the owner, please. Do not handle people's decks, grave, trash, discard pile in the middle of a game. If it's public knowledge, you may ask your opponent to show you. Again, do not grab stuff without consent. And I'm sorry to beat the dead horse, but a lot of people get really grabby with stuff that's not theirs, and that could lead to a lot of altercations. So it's best just to be polite and ask him if they can either let you hold it so you can see it better, or show you in a closer look. Like, here's my discard pile. Here is my board, so on. Do not talk about the game you're expectating next to the people that are playing. This activity can get people penalized, disqualified, as it might be perceived as cheating, or it might just ruin a game due to spoiling what a player has in their hand and they might play. So this actually happened to me before. If you're in a tournament and you are watching someone play in tournament and you're like behind them, do not speak in a way that people around there can hear you, or keep your details to the minimum, because if you say, hey, oh my god, he's gonna play X card, no, that's already spoiling it for the other player. That's cheating, that's interrupting the game. So keep your thoughts to yourself. At least wait till the end of the game if you want to make commentary, or step aside and tell your friend what's going on. Don't say it in a place where they can hear you. Do not try and coach people in the match you're expectating. If it's tournament, absolutely do not tell people what to do. If casually playing, you can ask if you can say something. Otherwise, just stay quiet and keep your comments to yourself for after the match. Okay, so on that one, again, if you're watching someone play, don't tell them what to do, don't coach them, don't try and help them, because this is a tournament, it is a competition, it's supposed to be a one-on-one. By interfering, you are unfortunately making the person you're helping lose, because the other player's gonna call a judge, and they're gonna hand them a game loss, and they're gonna be really upset at you. So don't do that. If it's a casual game, you can go ahead and ask them, hey, can I say this? Maybe, they're new to the game and you want to help them learn. That's fine. Or wait till the end of the game, let it play out, and then tell them, hey, you could have done this better. This would have been a better option. This is what I think. So on. Etiquette Part 2. If not playing in a tournament, let people take place back. If nothing's at stake, just let them have it. And that's very true. If we're playing casually and people are trying to practice and learn, don't be... I don't want to say a jerk, but like harsh or strict regarding taking back plays, because maybe by letting them take it back, they can learn to fully commit to their combos, or it will help them experience the whole flow of the way they're supposed to play their deck, than it is to interrupt them and say, no, you can't do this because you already played it, you can't take it back. So now they're gonna have to wait till the next opportunity to try it again. So if you're playing casually, nothing's at stake, let them have it. Always confirm your play. Don't just put cards on the table and assume things happen. Clearly tell your opponent what's going on, announce plays, attacks, reactions, etc. in order to avoid miscommunications that can result in screwing up a match. I.e., the opponent interprets your hand gesture as you attacked and played something where you didn't, and they end up revealing their counterplay. So this actually happened to someone I know in Yu-Gi-Oh! During the YCS times. He did a little like this or something like of that manner, and the opponent took it as like, oh, as an attack, so I'm out do my play. That's not what he intended, and unfortunately the judge sided with the other player that he indeed took it as an attack. So that ended up costing him the game. So always communicate with your opponent, let them know what's going on. Don't make unnecessary movements in case, they don't think of it the wrong way. Refrain from using obscene accessories. Hentai playmats, tokens, sleeves, and deck boxes can be cool, but keep it at home when playing with the homies. Not where kids and their parents are trying to find a safe place for them to play their favorite card game. So this is something I made a video about not too long ago, and the thing is, if, we understand some people like horny, and that's them, that's up to them, but keep that at home, because when you go to a tournament, there's a wide variety of people that are going to be there, from children to adults, older people. It is a very public place, so you don't want to be that guy that brings a big booby playmat of Dark Magician Girl or Nami or whatever for everyone to see, and all it's gonna do is make the adults that brought children to the event is say, that guy is creepy, the people that play this game are creepy, I am not bringing back my kid here, thus making the game less welcoming for younger people. So please, if you want to have those things, absolutely cool. I would love to have one of those at my home when I'm playing with my friends. That's fine. But when you go in tournament in a public place, do not bring those, do not use those, especially because nowadays in a lot of rule sets, that is against the rules. You cannot bring obscene material to a tournament. So keep that in mind. Alright, so that's my list. I know this might be a little bit of common sense or redundant information for some of you guys, but you have to understand that not everyone is on the same in the know level. So it's always good to reiterate this for those that are willing to listen, and hopefully they can learn something new from this. We're going to be having events pretty soon. We start to pre-release in the end of September, beginning of October, and after that we're going to have decks in our hands. We are going to have probably local events every week, bi-weekly, monthly. We're going to have regionals and whatnot, so the sooner people can get this information out to them, the better it is going to be for them, so they can have a safer and fun TCG experience. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.